Halo cyclist, welcome to Bike Seperti Fit, channel yang menayangkan lifestyle tentang sepeda. Nah, kali ini kita akan membahas tentang apa toh?
Hari ini kita mau kedatangan tamu. Kita akan bahas mengenai produknya yaitu Vuplex. Interesting, sangat handy, apalagi kalau kamu suka traveling bersama sepeda kamu, atau apa kamu yang suka bersihin sepeda, yang rajin bersihin sepeda. Di video ini kita akan bicara banyak mengenai apa sih keuntungan pakai Vuplex, bisa bersihin sepeda, apa yang lainnya juga nanti kita bahas bersama Roger.
Oh, Roger, Oke, jadi kita akan membahas tentang Vuplex, gimana cara pengaplikasiannya. So, sebelum kita mulai, jangan lupa kalian tekan tombol lonceng di bawah agar kalian selalu terupdate video terbaru dari Bike Seperti Fit. Channel kita tayang setiap hari Sabtu jam 10 waktu Indonesia Barat. So, stay tuned, enjoy the video.
Hello, my name is Roger Hames. I'm the Managing Director of Vuplex International. This morning I'd like to introduce the product to you in relation to cleaning and maintaining your bike. Vuplex was originally designed for the aviation industry, and it's used a lot on very expensive helicopter canopies, jet fighter canopies. It's used in commercial aircraft as well. The reason why it is so liked amongst the aviators is because its effectiveness in protecting and cleaning and maintaining the surface of the substrate. This is a very important factor with expensive things like bicycles, for example, these days. And I'm here at Bike Spa by invitation of Tommy Irawan, to demonstrate the product, how that can be applied to bicycles. Okay, so Vuplex has 4 functions. One, it's a very powerful cleaner. So it will clean off chain lube, bug guts, anything that happens to be accumulated on your bike. So it cleans very safely, but also has quite a powerful cleaning function. It will clean off texture color. It will clean off virtually anything that can be thrown at your bike. Secondly, it's anti-static. Now, this function is particularly important with carbon fiber, where it does build up static, and you will get a lot of things attached to the bike that will eventually break down the substrate. Thirdly, it covers scratches. So if you do accumulate some scratches on your surface of your bike, it will cover those and make those disappear, but it will also protect from scratching. So if you use Vuplex from the outset, from when you get your bike delivered from Bike Spa, it will protect that surface and maintain it from scratching. So that's a really important factor as well. Fourthly, Vuplex will give you good water repelling function. So if you happen to be riding in the wet, it will stop the dirt and the water accumulating on your bike. And probably fifth, and most importantly, it's very, very easy to use. It's basically just spray and wipe, and you can keep your bike looking 100% like it came back from Bike Spa from the very first day. So Vuplex is very apt and very applicable to your bikes. So we're here now to demonstrate the properties of Vuplex, and we've got a great frame here supplied by Bike Spa. We had a little bit of dirt here, which is actually grease, I believe, from the assembly process. So what I'm going to do is show you how Vuplex works on cleaning off that grease and maintaining its excellent gloss properties. So we just virtually spray the product on. Sorry, Miguel. And we work on that grease, and as you see, brings off the grease very, very easily. We turn the cloth over and we basically clean that to a nice gloss finish again. Now that finish is protected now. It's not only cleaned the surface, but it's protected it from scratching. If I was to rub my finger on that, you cannot scratch that finish now, because it's got the Vuplex on the surface. That's a really important factor. Now, Vuplex is a product that can be a cleaner, but also a beautifying product. So what you have is if your bike is not dirty and you want it to make it look its very best, Vuplex is a fantastic product just to maintain that brand new look finish, like a wet look. Also, an important factor is that if your frame has been painted matte, you can use Vuplex on matte. It will maintain the matte finish, but it also gives the same protection. It gives us a greater depth of colour as well to matte finishes. It doesn't change the matte finish. So essentially, you can put it on matte, it maintains the matte finish. You can put it on gloss and it maintains the gloss finish. It doesn't really matter. So to apply Vuplex, you're best to spray it lightly over the entirety of the frame. And give it a gentle wipe down until you feel the finish go dry. So you'll feel it on the cloth. It will start to go very, very slippery. So when it dries out, in its wet form, it is cleaning. In its dry form, it's polishing. So you'll feel it as you go through on how it works. Essentially, it's that easy to do. If you do have a stubborn stain, then you may apply the product the second time, but generally that's not necessary. You'll feel it got that beautiful, smooth, slippery finish. And it's that easy. So it's effectively protected from scratching, it's clean, it's looking fantastic and new, and it's very, very easy to use. So what we're going to do here is a demonstration on a matte finish that Bike Spa has done. They've painted this bike in a range of different materials, but the predominant finish is matte. So Vuplex, as previously mentioned, works very well on matte, and it gives it protection as it does with the gloss. So we're going to demonstrate on the top bar on how the finish maintains the same gloss factor. It doesn't change the gloss factor, it just maintains it and gives it that extra slip. So you can have a matte finish with a very, very slippery finish, but still maintain the matte finish, which is exactly what you want to start with. So that's a really important factor, how Vuplex works on matte finishes as much as it does gloss finishes. Now, as I mentioned before, Vuplex has a very effective function of filling scratches, but it also protects from scratching. Now, what I have here is a material that would represent the clear coat on your bike. Now, this has been very badly damaged with cutting compound, and that is to show the accelerated aging of your clear coat if you don't use Vuplex. So we'll apply Vuplex to this swatch and you'll see a dramatic difference between the two sides. We apply tape to the centre of the swatch so that we have a clear line where Vuplex starts and stops. So this is the reason why aircraft owners love this product, because it saves them money on their very expensive plastic windows, particularly in the helicopter canopy industry. So you'll see a very big difference between before and after. Okay, and that finish is protected from scratching. It's dry, it's not wet, it's not greasy, it's clear and protected. Now this would be representative of your clear coat on your bike. That's how effective the product is.
Oke guys, kita akan coba produk Vuplex ini ke sepeda Miguel, dan sekarang ada Miguel juga akan mencoba untuk memperagakan secara langsung produk Vuplex ini. Oke guys, kita langsung aja untuk let's go. Okay, first one harus di spray.
Perfect. Yep.
And then
The idea is not to get too much on, just haze it on lightly. If there's a stubborn stain, then apply it a little bit more, and then that stain will come off. But for a general cleaning, polishing, yeah, just a really light haze should be suffice. Now, it was interesting, Miguel, you asked me about the chain. Yes, Vuplex will clean any sort of excess dirt or grime from the chain. However, Vuplex actually does offer a lubrication as well. So even though it might not be your mainstay of your lubrication of your chain and your sprockets, it would be good to know that you're not actually removing lubricant from the surface, you're actually adding to it as well. Yeah, if you just run it through, maybe just run around, perfect, yeah. You'll find a little bit of sort of black material come off the chain, just general wear and tear. The other thing is Vuplex, the lubrication of Vuplex is actually very clear. It represents the clarity of the product, so it's not actually going to make a mess on things. It also adds to the lubrication of all your brake mechanisms as well. However, I wouldn't recommend putting on your brake pads, so you've got to try and avoid that. But in terms of drying out or damaging any pivot points on your brake mechanism, Vuplex will only add to the lubrication of that.
Actually, to be honest, before what I used to do is I just used simple dishwashing liquid to clean my bike.
Yep.
Water, dishwashing liquid, and then I apply actually a car detailer from McGuire's. But this one is a one shot thing.
One package, yeah.
One
shot.
and it just does everything. That saves my time, and it brings out the shine.
It's very
It's
easy.
clean and it's protected, right? So that's
Spot on.
That's the nice thing about it. Plus, I can use it on my chain too, so perfect.
Yeah, I think it's really important for bikes to know that you're using a product that's not going to dry out your mechanisms, because the last thing you need is something failing, down a hill. All it does is add to the lubricant of that.
So actually, the nice thing also about this is that I've also seen a couple of what they call waterless cleaners. So they just also spray it on, take out the dirt. But this one does a lot of stuff. So your earlier demonstration with the scratch surface, what it will do for my chain, and then bringing out the shine and protecting the surface for me is like, that's really nice.
It's very applicable to the bike industry.
Because it cuts down the time and it brings out the shine of the bike.
Exactly.
And it's protected as well, so all in one.
It's used a lot in the motorcycle industry for exactly that thing. So people spray their entire bike and they just rub it all down, and hey, the bike looks like it just came out of a showroom. So the other thing too, on surfaces that you don't get to actually wipe, obviously you're not going to get to every little surface. It won't go white, it won't go dark, it will just sort of add to the luster of it. So for example, on a motorcycle where you've got the engine, quite often they're painted black. You don't have to get into every little vein and thing, it just, Vuplex sits there and just makes it look good. So it doesn't change the colour of it. Yeah, so it's not important to get to every little surface point, but obviously if you get to the main ones, that's what you need to do. But if you can't, then that's okay as well. The other thing too, interestingly, is that it's food safe.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So
Coming to that, but let me ask you: is it safe to spray this on my spectacles?
Yes.
Either being, the visors or the spectacles. Is it safe?
it is safe.
lens.
Yes.
That's right.
With any eyewear, what you're best to use is a microfiber cloth. Okay, because you want as little on there as possible. You don't want a thick kind of layer. If there's a thick layer there, what happens is it may manifest itself as a smear.
Okay.
So you've got to try and get as much off as you can. Yeah. So microfiber is very efficient in removing the maximum amount of Vuplex. You may notice when I did that scratch test, I used a cotton cloth, not a microfiber, because I'm trying to build a thick layer on there because it's so badly damaged. But microfiber is very efficient. We do make microfiber cloths ourselves. Yeah.
Now, when I wear this, especially when cycling, I will sweat a lot. And what happens if the sweat contact to the Vuplex and then I swallow it or goes inside my eyes? Are they safe?
Food test safety European standard is that you put on 1 square metre Vuplex and you eat 3 meals a day and apply Vuplex 3 times a day for 30 years and you don't die. So that no one puts their food on the table. But that's how tough it is, yeah? Really, really tough test. They want to know that it doesn't, no matter what, this is not going to poison you. So it's ridiculous.
It's like cleaning your plates with it, right? And then you eat off it, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep, exactly. They're essentially saying you're cleaning what you're eating off 3 times a day for 30 years.
Okay. That also makes it, of course, environmentally friendly, not just food grade.
This is the residual, so whatever's left is food safe. We do use gas to propel. Yep, you don't want to go eating that too much, and it's not necessarily that good for the environment. But the residual is food safe. What's left on the surface, environmentally friendly. It's actually got a dead fish on the can.
Okay.
It's because I use orange oil. That's okay for humans, we can eat it, but fish can't.
Okay.
So it looks like it's a really dangerous product, but it is to the marine environment, but it's not to humans. So.
Alright. Well, I don't think anybody here is gonna directly spray it into their mouth anyway, so so yeah. I guess it's just to inform the viewers or to inform the people who might use the product that at least it's food grade.
Correct.
And they know the limits of the product as well.
Yes. When we formulated the product, we were very, very careful about the ingredients that we selected. There's some nasty ingredients that would have worked better, but we wanted to keep it as clean as we could. Even the solvent has 0 sulfur, which is really important to the environment as well. We could have selected a lot of other solvents that had a lot of sulfur in it, which we didn't do that. So we were very careful about how we developed the product.
Well, I'd like also to highlight, we can smell orange, right? So Vuplex already added some, what do you call it, essence? No,
that's natural.
That's the natural.
That's the natural orange oil. That's part of the cleaner.
So it's natural orange oil, so it's safe. And I think it's nice to have your bike clean and as well it's nice to smell.
So what about this one? So you say that this is the Vuplex can be used for acrylic, which is like the material of paint, right?
Yeah.
So can I use this for my car as well?
Absolutely, you can. Your car, your motorcycle, your kitchen surfaces. You can use it on your video games. You can use it on your TVs.
What about my cell phone?
Absolutely, your cell phone. Yes.
Okay.
Lots of
Even the
devices.
computer, right? The computer screen.
Computer screen, TV,
Yes,
car.
yes. Actually, just yesterday I had a phone call from a Perth electronics distributor that wanted to sell Vuplex. So someone had written it up in a magazine, said this is fantastic for computers. So I get this phone call from a distributor, we want to sell it. So yeah, it's used for that.
Okay, that's great. Because when I also go to visit a computer shop, they sell a certain solution with a microfiber flow to clean the screen.
Yep.
So this can actually be used for anything. Wow.
It can be.
That's perfect because I can use it my bike, my lens, my computer, my cell phone.
Jadi guys, barusan kita melihat Miguel membersihkan sepedanya dengan Vuplex. Nggak cuma bodinya, termasuk juga chain dan running gearsnya. Terus Roger juga bilang produk ini nggak cuma buat bersihin sepeda aja. Saya juga tadi demonstrasi di kacamata. Terus dia juga bilang ini juga bisa buat bersihin kitchenware, mobil, komputer, LCD panel, dan lainnya. Jadi dengan hanya satu produk ini kamu bisa bersihkan semuanya.
Oke guys, sekian dulu video dari kami. Thank you Roger, thank you Miguel. So kalau kalian mau tahu tentang produk ini lebih lanjut, kalian bisa cek linknya ada di bawah ini. Dan kalau kalian ada komen atau ide-ide untuk video kita selanjutnya, jangan sungkan-sungkan untuk tulis di bawah guys. So, if you like this video, jangan lupa like, subscribe, and share karena dukungan kalian membuat kita lebih kreatif lagi. See you. Bye.